barbecue pork sandwich with slaw and a potato sweet corn cake. And in this half, we're basically finishing up the pork, and we're going to be doing our slaw and everything else that goes along with it, the accoutrement. So just remember, you always follow me on Instagram, or you can go to my website, and chefscottblair.com. And on there you'll find our online training, our online cooking classes, which is what we're doing right here with Google. You actually can be interactive with us and talk. But other than that, you can stream along here. We do this every Sunday, so check us out. Go on my site, sign up through Eventbrite, let me know, and you'll be able to get recipes and links ahead of time. So let's begin. We're going to start off with our slaw. Let's do a flyby. I'm going to come hover around. So we're going to start off on this side of the table. I got it all worked out, so we got all the works for a slaw mix. So I got 1 cup of mayo. I've got, 3/4 of a cup of vinegar. I got some nice sugar that we're going to drain into it. And then a nice whole grain mustard, and of course a mix. One of our patrons on the other side, Elizabeth, is using broccoli slaw. So, make it your own, have fun with it. On this side, we're going to be working on the sweet corn and potato cakes. So we got the shredded potatoes. I roasted off the corn, took it off the ear. I roasted it on the grill earlier. We got some oregano. I'm going to amp mine up with a little bit of jalapeno, garlic, some flour, and we're drizzling in some milk and an egg. And it's just going to be fried inside our 12-inch cast iron frying pan with olive oil. So this should go by pretty quick. Other than that, we'll also be pulling the pork and then building the sandwiches and be prepared to eat. So let's start with our slaw mix. So I'm going to start off with just adding the vinegar into it, nice and slow. I don't want to water it out too much. I want it to have some cling, which is good, but you see here we're making it nice and smooth. We are going to slowly add in our sugar. This will help prevent it from lumping. And everybody does their slaw mix a little bit differently, so as you go along, pull out some tasting spoons and try it. Don't be afraid to taste it. So whether you don't want it as sweet or a little bit more tangier, feel free to adjust. You can also adjust it with lemon juice depending on the tanginess that you want to go along with it. We're going to use some mustard. This is actually going to break it up and give it a little bit of different effect, which is what I like. So I'm putting about a teaspoon of mustard in there, and this is a whole grain mustard. It's going to bring some flavor to it. Let me grab a tasting spoon. Go for just a touch more sugar, and then I'll salt and pepper, and this is done. Add some salt. And I'm just using kosher salt. A good standby. Add some pepper. Now we got this nice little slaw mix. It's going to be a nice little contrast with what we were working with the barbecue. Good. Alright, so now we're taking our mix. We're going to add it into it. I'm going to use my spatula just to fold it around, let it get all nice. Coating it really well.
Did you just already make yours? Pepper's doing it. Pepper hungry?
So, just like so, we're getting everything nice and coated. You can do this like the day before, night before, whatever. Throw it inside your reefer. Let it chill out until you're ready.
Look, there's another cat.
What you got? Ah, my father and his cats have joined.
My cat's right behind my computer.
Yeah, his cat seems to to bombard him whenever he's on the computer. He loves it. All right, so we're just gonna let that sit here off to the side and chill out. Get fun. Our next step is we're gonna start building these potato corn cakes. Let's grab another mixing bowl. Oh, there's a cat. Came and joined us to the party.
She's saying hi.
So we're going to start off with our flour. I'm going to put the flour straight down into it. I'm going to make a little cave in the center. This is almost like when you're making pasta. I'm going to crack my egg and it's going to go straight in the center of that. Now I'm just going to start slowly incorporating the egg. And I'm going to drizzle my milk into it. Really incorporating it.
Got a fork, but he drizzled something in there where I don't see any liquid. Oh, milk. No, it's just a drizzle.
So you're just drizzling it in until you get this nice smooth batter, right? Everyone see that? Got ourselves a batter. Gonna add in my oregano. Get some flavors in there. We're gonna add in the garlic. Smoothing it out. Get a little bit more milk in there just to make it smooth. Time for the corn. Corn is going in.
Once you get it into a batter, then put the... And the corn goes out? No, then the garlic goes in.
So now we got corn in there.
Fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shall slow down for you. So you've got garlic. You've got oregano. Your flour. And you've got the corn in there and the egg. So it's just like a nice smooth batter. That's all you're looking for. So we're going to be able to dip and spoon this out and fry them into these nice little cakes. So just keep incorporating some milk just to smooth it out as you go. That's what I was saying. You just drizzle it in at a time. You don't want to just dump it in there and seize it. You just want to slowly drizzle that in. Okay? Doing that.
Get the batter. Get it up the sides. Do you want me? You need to get... Drizzle a little milk in here.
Now you got the magic working, right?
Yeah, now it's coming together.
Yeah.
Apparently I needed help.
Don't we all? Alright, so
You know in there, right?
yes, have you added the corn?
Yeah, we got the corn in.
Alright. So I've got my corn. I added jalapenos in there because we like to do things a little dangerously here at the old home front. So next up is I'm going to start sprinkling in those potatoes and then folding it in and incorporating it into it. Like so.
The potatoes are going in now. Once I get this off. Yep. And start.
Right. And we got got those taters in there. Scrumptious.
Okay, hang on. What are you doing? Potatoes.
So while you guys are finishing through that, I'm heating up my cast iron. Getting it hot. That'd be awesome.
How much oil you need in there?
This is just like cooking pancakes, so you don't want to just soak this thing in oil.
Okay.
So just enough so you can fry it in the pan on both sides. So just picture cooking a pancake. So just enough to coat the bottom, and maybe just go a little bit, like a quarter over the product. That's about it. I added some salt and pepper into my cake mix. Just a little sprinkling. And then we'll be getting ready to go over to the stove and begin the cooking process. So I already got some oil in here. It's the seasoned pan.
Just a little bit. There you go. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm about ready to go into my fryer in my pan, start frying up. Oil's getting nice and hot. I can already see it start to bubble. It's good. So I'm going to get me a nice, I'm using a fairly large spoon, a nice scoop of this mix. I'm going to add it straight into my pan. Start making these yummy cakes. Go along with our burgers. So pro tip for you all. When I'm cooking, especially like frying stuff or whatever, grilling it, don't play with it. Don't keep messing around with it. Let it do its magic. Or else you're going to run up the bottom half where it's going to start getting nice browning. So if you're like constantly in there scooping around, it's not good. You want to let it sear off. The top half of this is going to start firming up a little bit, and that's going to let you know pretty much the time that you need to flip it when this is starting to get really firm. And that's with the egg and the flour all combined together, cooking together. In the meantime, while this is working now, we did our barbecue sauce earlier, so there's a nice little shot of my saucy sauce that we're going to have. I did mine with some ginger in it, just to have some fun, because we had some leftover ginger from the last cooking thing that we did. And then our pork I've pulled out. There it is. And as you can see, this is literally just, you can just peel it right apart. You can peel this right apart really easily. So that will be ready to be pulled and then placed on a sandwich very soon. As soon as we're done with these cakes. Here it is.
This is not one person thing. So he has more grease and more oil in there.
I did a flip.
you smell that?
Paper towels on it, just put these on.
No.
There's a twitch.
You're welcome. Everybody at Twinge, we're smelling your aromas you're making. It's delicious.
Oh man, those are about done, aren't they?
Yeah, those are looking good. We're going a little bit browner. As this oil starts to mature with the heat, it'll start browning off a lot easier.
And then we're ready to build sandwiches. Then we're ready to build sandwiches.
Yeah, we're ready to build sandwiches very soon.
Heck yeah.
So when this is done cooking, I'm just going to transfer these over onto a paper plate that has paper towels on it. That way it drain off any excess oil that might be hanging out there and partying. How's you guys doing there, Elizabeth? How you guys looking?
I'm not sure. They're still looking pretty floppy.
I don't know what that means.
Like, they're not cooked yet.
Yeah, just let them sit there for a little bit. They'll firm up, and then when you slide right underneath the spatula, they'll still stay right together, and they'll flip, and then they'll look just like these wondrous beauties. Look at those. You can do some different renditions on it. You can actually put some, chipotle, dehydrate some chipotle peppers in there, and then powder it into the batter. Give it a little bit of fun. Chili pepper, you name it. You can change the flavor profile with a little cilantro, and really change the flavor profile of that. Really easy to work with. Alright, those are about done. Nice and firm. I'm going to pull these bad boys out. So those.
Hey, Scott,
Yeah.
how do we know we're ready to flip them?
Take your camera and let me see what you're working at. So when you start to slide underneath it, it should be pretty firm, right? When you start to slide your spatula underneath it.
I can't tell if you can see or not.
Yeah, I can start to see it. A little bit lower. We're getting there. Yeah, you're ready. There you go. Nice and golden brown. Perfect.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
All right.
They smell good.
I feel like there's someone watching me. Who is there? Yeah. Do you see that?
Sauce and then you get that ball.
I know, right? It actually looks very nice.
Yes.
Watches your stream and films it.
Look at that. Those things are beauteous. Come right along. Give them a little bit of space. Let them breathe. Let them breathe. This is like perfect time for the Memorial Day season. Barbecue yumminess. With some cakes. Ooh. Ah. Oh. $10 hours. 10 more hours, we're done. We'll all be eating tomorrow at 9 a.m. It'll be amazing. Just joking.
Yeah, then you realize we're making this for Monday afternoon cookout.
That's right. Nothing's gonna eat tonight. All right. Here's another.
It's still good. I just mixed the barbecue sauce in with the pork.
Nice. Are you showing it to Mama?
No, but she's got food.
Go ahead and show Mama and Papa all that. Or and Elizabeth. Hey Elizabeth, can you see this?
What is that?
That's a oven mitt my sister bought me for Christmas.
Is that a hot pad?
Yeah, it's a oven mitt.
Oven mitt, yeah.
Yes,
That's awesome.
fantastic.
Oh yeah.
All right, I have a little bit left over. This is what we call the chef morsel. This is what we do for ourselves for cooking food for everybody. We do a little morsel, a little taster. And nobody will ever know. Shh, don't tell anybody. Secret. All right. So I'm going to let that finish, and now I'm going to take my pork. Ooh, hot. I'll just transfer it over here so we can start pulling it. And it'll be awesome.
Alright, Scott. We just tasted that potato cake.
Yeah?
That's delicious.
Nice. That's what we like to hear. It'd been horrible if he's like, we just tried it and it was awful.
What'd you say?
It would have been awful if you said, we just tasted that cake and oh my god, it was awful. Never fun. Let's go. Alright. Pork. The pork is ready. I'm going to pull this out without it falling apart in a billion pieces, hopefully.
You know, I didn't even think of that.
Look at that. I got all this residual liquid. So, thing that you can do is if you want to, let this cool, bag it, freeze it, and use it for your next poaching liquid next time you do this. But until then, we're going to dine on this too. We're also going to use some of that liquid to moisten the pork. So I'm going to take my forkies. I'm just going to start pulling that bad boy apart, making pulled pork. Look at that, look at that. So I have to say, guys, my son and I cheated earlier. We tried a taste of this. It was good. It was really good. What'd you think, Nick? Was it delicious?
Delicious.
Delicious.
Alright, Scott, we're gonna sign off because we're done. We're just finishing up these potato cakes.
Well, let's see how you're going to build that. Make sure when you build it, you put the pork on the bun and then put some slaw on top of that and then finish up the cakes on the side. Make it naughty. Okay?
We'll do that.
Alright, you guys enjoy your yum-yums. I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to do a plated presentation for anybody who's still on there. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound, okay?
Alright, thank you.
Alright, be safe, have fun, enjoy your meal.
Alright, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
Alrighty.
Alright, now I don't know how to get out of here. Okay, alright. Bye.
Bye. Look at that, look at that, look at that.
Beautiful.
Alright, now I'm going to go over here and grab these cakes before they burn. Perfect. The perfect amount of color. Very delicious. So there's our cakes.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Don't those look good? They look good enough to eat. Let's find out, guys. So I got production crew here, so they earn themselves a savory yummy. It's hot. Just gonna add a little bit of S&P on top just for a little extra yum yums. Good. Now, this pork awesomeness. Gonna give me a plate, and we're gonna get ready to make some yums with this cake for our dinner. Clear up some stuff here. Get it out of the way at least. All right. So our plate. What we're going to use now is, I'm using some slider buns, Hawaiian slider buns, because they're fun. If you want to toast them off, go right ahead, you can. But what I'm going to do is just start by putting them on the plate. I'm going to get some of this good old delicious hot porky pork. It's going to go right on there, like so. Like so. Then I'm going to grab these tongers here. Gonna make sure we mix up our slaw really good. Get all that slaw mixed up with all that sauce, that goodness all mixed in there. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of that slaw and go right on top. Right on top. You got your nice little sliders. Oh, thank you. My faithful assistant here remind me, hey, this is barbecue sandwiches, dude. He's got a good point there. So let's add some barbecue. I'm gonna put a nice, good sized dollop on there. I want that to just dredge over all that goodness. That succulent tastiness. Boom. I got pepper in my nose. Excuse me. Alright. Look at those. Now we're going to top this off with some of these nice little cakes. Don't be afraid to use a little bit of dipping sauce for these cakes with some of this barbecue sauce. I mean, we made enough so everyone can have a little bit of dip sauce to it. So just make a little side for us. Dip it in there and have some fun. All right. We're going to move that out of the way. And there is your finished product. You got the sweet potato cakes. We actually put ours with jalapeno in there, and then you got your nice little barbecue sliders in there with the slaw on top, homemade barbecue sauce, and we do this every week. If you have any, if you want to come join us, I stream live not only with Google Home. I have people on there right now. We also do stuff on Twitch, and follow me on Instagram. If you need details on how to do all this, visit my site, chefscottblair.com. On there is our online cooking school, and you can sign up to be a part of it through Eventbrite. Drop me an email, and then I'll be able to email you the links as well as having the ingredients that you can cook along with us for the upcoming class. We do this every Sunday, so bring your family on and have a family meal with us. So catch y'all later. Thanks. You guys enjoy your meal.
We did already.
Nice.
Remember, I ate a little early. I said I am going to